Hey guys, welcome to another video from me, the Purpose Queen. If you're seeing this face for the first time, welcome. Don't make it the first time, or rather don't make it the last time. Subscribe to my channel and join this family. My name is Idilate, but you can call me Ivy, and here I talk about my life in Canada. I talk about remote jobs, which is what I'll be talking about today, because I post job leads, remote job leads that can be done from anywhere, and some people want to know specifics like what they can do to transition into these roles, if they can get into them as part-time. I get a lot of these emails, DMs, questions, and today I will be answering some of it. If I don't answer everything, you can always just drop a comment, share this video if you feel like, okay, this has valuable information but it's not for you, you can just share it, like it, so that more of these videos will come up, and most importantly, subscribe. Join this unique family. Let's get into this video. So without further ado, I'm just going to start the intro by saying something that people always want to know, which is like, why remote jobs? Like, why don't I post regular like office jobs? It's just because I've been working remotely for a few years now. I have videos that I've talked about that randomly, and or should I even say, I have a dedicated video about it too as well. I will just link those videos. But yeah, so I've been doing it for a bit, and I can see the convenience in it, in as much as it still has its drawbacks, because everything has advantages and disadvantages. I can greatly see the advantages, especially for people looking to relocate. These are jobs that you can start from wherever you are, and you keep doing them when you relocate, because you can do them from anywhere. And most of these jobs came in as a result of COVID, but now that COVID is, should I say gone, or well, gradually phased away, because once in a while we still get a few cases. But anyway, now that that part of our lives is over, thank God, we see that many offices are opening back up, so people are going back into office. People are no longer working remotely as much, but there are still some specific roles that are constantly hiring. So I'm going to talk a bit more about those roles today, and I'm going to explain how, it might not work for everyone, but how you can slowly get into those job roles. So before you decide if you want to work remotely, or if you want to work from office, or like whatever it is, and this would apply mostly to people who are changing careers or starting new careers. Even if you're an old, like maybe you've been, let's just say like you've been a nurse for a while, and then you've just decided, okay, you want to transition into a remote role, you should first of all do a career evaluation test. Career evaluation tests, most times people look at it like it's not necessary, they know what they want to do, but these things help to put things in perspective for you, especially if you don't know exactly what you want to do. I know some people that say they want to work remotely just because of like the bits of convenience it provides, but they don't know exactly what they want to do. Is it convenient? Yes, but sometimes it can still be stressful. So you need to do something you're comfortable with, something that, I know they'll say do what you love, and even if that's not always the case, because you might not find jobs in what you love, or sometimes what you love doesn't love you back. It's that simple, but still you need to try. I feel like try as much as possible, and know that this suits your personality, this suits your goals, it suits your background, like education or what have you. So doing a career evaluation test is key. You should also check your current job role. I feel like this should have come before even doing the test, because I used an example of someone that is a nurse. If you look at that and you feel like, oh, I'm very fine doing this, remote or not, then you can just keep at that, or you find a remote job that enables you just work part-time, maybe on your few days off. You just feel like, let me make some extra bucks. So before you do your career evaluation test, you should find out if the job role you're currently in is the one that would allow you work remotely, because I know now even health professionals work remotely. So you should just find out if that is something that can be done. If it can be done, then go ahead and start making the switch by carrying out that evaluation test first. So next, I would say you should do a personality test. Yes, you might be wondering, like, why go as far as analyzing your personality, your temperament. But most times when you are working remotely, you are working with a team, and as much as you don't meet that team, you need to be able to manage yourself in that team. You need to be able to manage your time individually, which is why when they post this job ads, sometimes they ask for certain types of personalities. Sometimes they even go ahead to give you those tests themselves, because they want to see if you will be able to manage yourself. Most times when you're working remotely, there is no micromanagement, which is a good thing, but in as much as there isn't, you yourself, you have to be able to do these things so that you can keep up with the pace. You may be in another time zone, and if you are not conscious of that, if you are not self-aware, you will be lagging behind, you'll be falling behind on work. And it's not like you're not efficient, it's just because like your time, you're not self-paced. So I think that is also something important that you need to evaluate yourself on before going ahead to make this switch. So you need to put your health in check. And what do I mean by putting your health in check? You have to ensure, since you are not working from the office and you don't get to do a physical, because some companies, before you resume work, they mandate a physical, which most times they will pay for. Since you're not going to be able to get those things, you have to put your own health in check. You might not be given health insurance from work, so you have to ensure that you have all these things yourself. Maybe you don't constantly go to the hospital, that is fine, but whatever the case is, you have to prioritize your health. Think about ways that you can exercise, eat right. Most of these remote jobs are sedentary, and they know that, so sometimes they ask if you take breaks in between, like to take walks, and sometimes they even mandate those. So I would say before you consider making the switch to a remote job, you should also look out for your health, see if it's something you can cope with in this job. There are certain jobs that maybe if you're someone who would be carrying heavy items, they will ask about your back, your knees. It also applies to remote jobs in the sense that it might not be about your back or your knees, but you have to ensure that you are in the right frame of mind, your mental health, everything is in check, because like I said, it's a job that can be lonely sometimes because it's just you, your system. You don't get to meet with your colleagues to talk it out with them. I mean, I always say most times, because this is not the case across board, but always bear these things in mind. Always bear like your personality, your health, your mental strain, working with groups, or even some tasks where you have to work alone. Always bear these things in mind before you make that switch. So this is a very important one, and this also has to do with health in a way, because I would say investing in the right tools can make your work more efficient. So it also affects your health, it affects every part of you. So I will put this point as very key, which is investing in the right work tools, your desk, your system, whatever you may need to purchase. And luckily, some companies provide these things. They provide an allowance. But even if you are not getting one, you should invest in these tools, because this is what will make your transition into a full-time remote or even part-time remote work seamless. Okay, so now I'm getting into the part of the video where I said I will talk about the remote jobs that are in high demand right now, and I will be starting with development. Yes, because that is my field. So software development, web development, all of that is a highly requested area when it comes to remote work. As much as many of them are moving back into office right now, there's still room for a lot of remote jobs in that regard, and many of them are hiring from any part of the world. And if you're thinking of how to transition into those, you can just start with free courses online. You can even get paid ones. You can join like a school online that does cohorts, whatever it may be. But this is a good area to transition to if you want to be working remotely. Bear in mind that most of these development roles are usually full-time, and especially because you need to learn from scratch. So if you're moving into this aspect, you should bear in mind that chances are you would have to leave what you were doing before, because I know some people are thinking of starting part-time before fully going into it. The second one I'll be talking about is translation. So there are people who translate text, there are people who translate audio. You might be translating to another language, you might be listening to something and transcribing it. Whichever case it may be, there are many of those jobs out there that work remotely and you can do them from anywhere. And for number 3, I will be talking about design, whether it's user experience, user interface, websites, graphic design, any form of design that can be done on your laptop, can be done from anywhere in the world. And once again, if you are new to this, you can also start by doing free courses online. You can take classes from someone else who is into it. There are just so many ways, and if you want to know about these, just leave comments down below. There might be other people in the comments as well who are quite familiar with these things, and they will just hook you up with it. Number 4 is customer service, which is highly requested because customer service comes in different forms, and almost every business has, if not every business. If you're a business and you don't have a customer service rep, then what are you doing? It might be like for technical support, it might be to support clients, it might even be to support staff, but there is support needed in every company, and they're out there looking for people. Most of these support roles are online. You can send emails, you can make phone calls. They are done in different ways, and they are constantly hiring. Yes guys, these jobs I'm listing for you are not just jobs that are in high demand. They are also jobs that are not phasing out anytime soon. So if you're looking to transition, these are job roles that you can start with. Number 5 is social media manager. These days, everybody has a social media account, and you are most likely managing yours. You've most likely grown yours. So why not do that professionally? Why not do that from your bed? Why not do that for more money? Social media management is just as important as any of the other roles I have mentioned previously. Writing and journalism. Writing can be technical writing, it can be copywriting, it can even be for a blog, for a book publishing, whatever it may be. If you're good at putting pen to paper, or maybe if you're good at typing, because these days people just like write on their systems, their tabs, all of that. So if you are good at writing, if you're good at telling stories, even magazines, newspapers, television stations, they hire people from all over the world because they need to get stories, they need to get the scoop directly from people in those locations. Go out there, look online, check, you will see those job roles, and just you never can tell, you might just be able to get one of them. Marketing. Yes, there is digital marketing, there is even online marketing. There's practically nothing that cannot be marketed from wherever you are. I don't see the purpose of marketing. I don't see the purpose of saying that something can only be marketed physically. Let me just put it that way. Anything at all can be marketed from any location. So if you're someone that is good at selling stuff, maybe you're already doing it for yourself, why not take it to the next level and apply for a remote marketing job? Maybe you might just be asked to send emails to clients, to call up clients, to even do search engine optimizations. These are different forms of marketing and getting information and getting products out there. Virtual assistant. So I kind of want to lump virtual assistant, office administration, data entry into one, because most times these are just administrative jobs that one can play the other. If you're an assistant, most likely you might also be doing other forms of administration. So I'm going to lump them into one and say that yes, these jobs are becoming more frequent and they are becoming more popular, being done from anywhere. Before, people want their assistants to, when I mean before, I mean like previously, prior to COVID, people wanted their assistants to be just their beck and call, like was just a phone call away. But now people are taking assistants virtually, especially places like travel companies, travel agencies. They do that a lot because many people just book their trips and manage them online. So you can be the person doing all those for them. And last but not least is teaching. Yes, you can teach children in places like Korea, China, where English is not their first language. You can teach them English. You can teach anything, trust me, online. You can teach many subjects. This is not just should I say, this is not just restricted to languages. Yes, there are people that tutor mathematics, there are people that teach economics, all sorts of things online. So you just need to look out for these jobs. You just need to have a keen eye and spot them. I have mentioned on this channel before, I think in a shorts, I've mentioned links where you can find remote jobs, like popular links, let me just say popular sites where you can find remote jobs. I know there are many out there, but I mentioned a few, and I will link that video. I would also link some in the comment section, just in case you're wondering and you are ready to make that transition. You are just waiting for this video to be over so that you can start applying. I've got you. So just continue watching this video, continue watching my channel, and you see that I've got you. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this video. If you want to know more about remote jobs, keep it locked down on this channel. I will keep creating more content. If there's something specific you want me to create a video about in relation to this, even in relation to other topics, please do not hesitate to let me know. Do not hesitate to engage with my videos constantly, because this just shows me that you want to see more of this. I am so grateful to all of you locked into my channel. I'm so grateful to all of you who are subscribed and who continually show me love. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video.